everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Eagles going up against the Redskins. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. So a very short kick here. This will be taken
I ain't driving right now.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here.
I'm not driving right now.
35-yard line.
I probably could. I said I probably could. You're supposed to be coming over and getting it. You're supposed to be coming and getting it. I said you're supposed to be coming and getting it. Yeah.
Here's the first carry from Matt Jones. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Yes.
And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start.
Boom. You scaring the teddy bear?
And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And here's a look at the starting offense. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now Wentz throwing up. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he's brought down after a good game.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
And now a look at the Washington defense.
Ryan Kerrigan is an example of bringing the best of you from college to the NFL and remaking your game. Terrific guy causing fumbles at Purdue, has done the exact same thing in the NFL, then lost weight and became an absolute terror rushing the passer.
On play action, it's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
From the gun on third down, Wentz looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw here is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Jordan Hicks played inside and outside linebacker while in college. He'll do the same in the NFL and make a lot of plays in doing so.
Second down now after the incompletion. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
On second down, here's Wentz.
Oh, my God, you bum-ass nigga.
Intercepted. A quick read, and it's picked off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
There we go.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Devon House. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Defense showing blitz. And the wideout in motion. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep. And got his man complete. And he's brought down after a good game. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent. And that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw at home, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decide they take advantage of it and work on it hard in practice this week.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes the play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
That's fielded in the end zone. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. One receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Back to throw here. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. And they're definitely showing blitz here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without it.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. And the D looking like they may blitz. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And able to complete it to Green Beckham. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the 1st.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
So they go out of the gun, try to delay it on the draw, but nothing there.
Yeah, good play by the defense there. They sniffed it out and made sure there were no gaps for him to run. If you're the offense, though, you have to think to yourself, maybe I go play action down the road.
And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9.
Detroit! Set, blue, landed!
Working from the gun, Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking to hit Ryan Matthews there out of the backfield. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. And tough starting field position here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Second down following the run. Back to throw. And Reed with it over the middle. And he's got some space here. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. And now a 1st down following that long gain. They come out here in the eye. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield. He's sacked at the 46. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense has it first and 10. They go play action here on first down. Try to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devon House. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive, it was so deflating for the defense. What's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Offense comes to the line now, first and 10. Wentz now on first down. Green Beckham has it over the middle. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
They ain't got that chemistry with Wentz shit. Yeah, you know he got to get the playbook down and all that shit.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Wentz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On first down, Wentz. He sets to fire deep. And for the third time in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
One man in the backfield, that's Jones. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson.
That wasn't no blitz, though.
It's second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them
that was
and
a
make it
fucking
tough,
screen or
that's
something
only
that you
gonna
just
help your
said.
defense.
You didn't call
He's
it.
since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll throw now on the final play, and that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Big dummy.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Damn, we done fucking blew points, man.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Now Wentz to the right side, caught by Saleh. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency to break it down. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
That's all gas. That's all gas.
Hurry up, here we go.
That was not down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. Surveying the field. Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As soon as I seen Jack come in motion, I already knew what it was. Like, this nigga bring Jack. Play D, ball. Play D, man. You know how it is. Play D, man. Playing good D out there, man.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And a big tight end shifting around. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And Wentz not going to take the snap here. Instead, he turns and calls a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long.
No. Check, Patriot. Here we go now.
Wentz to throw on second down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And they're going to speed things up here. To throw, it's Wentz. And that's caught inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bashaw Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down, it's Jones. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Completes it right side to Doxson. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route. Often against the safety, you like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Washington. They come up in an offset eye. A give to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
3 yards remaining here on 2nd down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And he stopped immediately there. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Now this time he'll look to throw. It's brought in by Dodson. Josh Dodson. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Dodson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Now Wentz.
Get the fuck out of here.
Interception.
Get the fuck out of here, dog.
The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
Why the fuck?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And cuts out. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Matt Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now Prater to add the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Oh, shit.
This is taken at his 4.
Yeah, my mom.
He'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
Yeah.
His way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And this is Hurts with it, right side. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. And that spot.
And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Eagles take possession. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Shift together here from the D-line. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Now a play fake. Wentz on the move to his left. And that'll be incomplete. The veteran Brent Selleck, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from second to third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. The play clock's running down. From the gun on third down. Wins. Green Beckham has it over the middle. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. Wins to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Wow.
Preston Smith
Are you serious?
in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. And maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. And counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there. To throw, it's Wentz.
Wow,
and now
hit
here's
the wrong
another
fucking
interception. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for Redskins touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. And they got stopped on that one.
I ain't seen Cheddar in a minute. Yeah, that's classic night, yo.
So
Pat ain't come with us that night.
Another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
That was a classic night, yo.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
Out of the teams.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. Throwing on first is Wentz. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 20 that time. And it'll be a Philadelphia first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Wentz now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Wentz now on 1st down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And Matthews over the middle with a grab.
Oh,
and
I was
he'll
about
take
to say.
it into the end zone
I was about to say
for
he
an
was
Eagles
in.
touchdown. Jordan Matthews, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles get a score closer. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have 1 timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. The chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
George.
They'll send Gordon in motion left.
Nigga. Hoagie in the helmet type nigga.
Again, it's Jones. And this carry not as productive.
You remember that shit?
At the line of
I know you remember it. I know you gotta remember
there,
that.
So they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
I think my
They was stopped on that play. We said
George had that shit. George Brown.
Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
He was there my freshman year. So you was.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if
Millie
they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Bullshit ass. What you call it? Use the fucking timeouts, man. What the fuck?
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the second. It brings up second. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got out the entire game, but